Good to be back home, and this is going to be a long one. First up, Milwaukee. Brewers are here for three. Lincoln doing a victory dance. Look at the talent in that shot. Christian Yelich might win a batting title. Bryce has been an MVP. Soto left, but Eaton's still there. And here's what's on tap. The Nats have a chance to influence the Central race and get themselves back in at the same time in the East. 15, 16, and 25 games over 500. Those three ball clubs. So I'm not buying into the spoiler thing that some people might be thinking about, FP. Nats beat these good ball clubs. They've got a chance to get back into one of the two races, the division or the wild card.
Yeah, first of all, look at the talent in this shot. And second of all, you have to have a monumental homestand to get back in this thing. I mean, we're talking 8-2, 9-1, or 10-0. So, hey, some good teams rolling through Nats Park one at a time. Have some fun playing baseball. Play hard every night. All the cliches, but you got to take a lot of games in this homestand.
Nice job on the apples and oranges comparison there to start off tonight's show. Tanner Roark could have won a 7th game in a row in New York. Nats couldn't get him many runs. They were shut out. But he got this streak started with a gem at Miller Park back in July.
Yeah, I was talking to some of the Brewers hitters today around the cage, and they were talking about how Tanner Roark's sinker has life to it now. It's got that downward action, not just staying flat across the strike zone. It was a heavy sinker. They all were talking about his last start. The Nats 6-1 in 7 starts, counting that start, so he's been locked in.
Yolis Chacin, kind of an under-the-radar outstanding season. 13 wins. They're 10 over in his 28 starts. He's tied with Max Scherzer for the most starts in the league.
Yeah, in Colorado, he's a changeup guy. With Milwaukee, he's a slider guy. It's his best pitch. We'll keep an eye on it. It's supposed to be filthy.
Yolis, good luck against the Nats. They're swinging it pretty well. Last 4 games, and in New York, the Sheriff of Swattingham and many others put up some big numbers. Then the Nats went to Philly and won 2 out of 3 against the Phils. So in the last 4 games, averaging 10 hits a game, 2 homers a game, winning 3 of the last 4. So here's a homestand we've been thinking about for a long time. The Central is here, Milwaukee and Washington. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. And buy the hotels at BWI.com. Minutes from BWI, Marshall, Amtrak, and I-95. Discover the convenience of the hotels at BWI.com. Partly cloudy night. Going to be hot. Mid-80s at game time. Bryce is ready, so are the Nats. 85, 65% is the humidity. Brewers are 6th in batting average. They're in the top 6 or so in runs. They're up at the top in homers. And Christian Yelich hit for the cycle. improving his batting average at .316, highest in the league. He's 9 for 36 against Tanner Roark. These guys have had some battles, and they got some sluggers in that lineup. Tanner's ready. Here we go. 7:05. Bang. Strike one. Lorenzo Cain, the former Royal, having a good year. So's that guy.
Yeah, tough luck loss last start, 3-0 against the Mets. That was on the 25th in New York. Gave up just 1 run on 4 hits over 6 strong. Struck out 7 Mets and didn't walk anybody. 90 pitches in that one. And we just told you 5-1 with a 1.61 in 7 starts dating back to the 25th of July.
Way inside to Cain, hitting .311. 4th in the league, .402 on base percentage. Second only to Joey Votto. And he's on a 12-game hitting streak, a career high. Off speed, 2-2. Tanner career, 7 games, 6 starts against Milwaukee. Great ERA, 2.23. 4-1 overall. And against the Brew Crew here, he's 2-0 in 3 games, 2 starts. Swing and a miss. 93 on the heater, and Lorenzo Cain trying to hit that ball up half street. These guys do strike out a lot.
Yeah, talked to some Brewers hitters today, and they were talking about that pitch right there, the one that brought Cain to his knees. You see how it's not just running into the right-handers, it's got some depth to it. It's going down and in, a true sinker. You know, Christian Yelich, the guy in the batter's box right now, faced Tanner Roark a lot with the Marlins, and he said the last time they faced him, it was the old Tanner with that sinker that has late life and downward movement. He called it heavy.
Here's Christian Yelich. He's going to go right up and drop a base hit to left center. He's hitting over .320 on the road this year with that hit. What a great pickup for the Brewers from Miami after they had traded a bunch of their other players, and then Yelich went as well.
There's the defense for the Nats tonight behind Tanner. Standard, nothing new. And Christian Yelich stays hot. He's been on fire, 6 for 6 with a cycle the other night in Cincinnati.
And now he has a base hit after hitting .363 in his last 46 games. I mean, that's almost 7 weeks of excellence. There it goes off the bat of Jesus Aguilar, and if it's fair, Milwaukee's got the lead. It's a foul ball. Arms raised by the third base umpire, Brian Knight. This guy's hit 30.
But last time Jesus was in that batter's box, he was hitting home runs. It was for the Derby, day before the All-Star game. Just foul. Juan Soto with the call. Did you see that?
Same number of homers as Bryce Harper. Aguilar has the 3rd highest RBI total, behind Javier Baez and Eugenio Suarez. Driven in 92 this year. And a tapper makes it 0-2. Home plate umpire, by the way, Chad Whitson. Crew chief Mark Carlson at first, Pat Hoberg at second, and we mentioned Brian Knight, second most experience on the crew, over at third. 0-2 with 1 out. Tanner trying to do what he did to Cain to strike him out.
So I'm seeing this on Twitter right now. Take it for what it's worth. Ken Rosenthal tweeting Brewers get Gio Gonzalez.
Wow.
So not official till we hear from the Nats, but it's on Twitter right now. That's what Ken Rosenthal is reporting.
Ryan Madson, of course, this afternoon to the Dodgers. Nats got a minor league pitcher. 25-year-old. Andrew Isler from LA. And with Madsen leaving, Sammy Solis called up to give the Nats 8 guys in the bullpen, now 3 lefties. And a 1-2 is outside, 2-2. Well, Gio just pitched in Philadelphia, so he would miss the Nats in this series anyway if he becomes a Brewer. They've got Chase Anderson scheduled tomorrow and Junior Guerra on Sunday. For the Nats, Strasburg tomorrow, Scherzer Sunday. So tonight's game, a big step toward how the weekend would go if the Nats could pull it off. High drive, deep center. Yelich was running on the pitch. He'll return, and that ball finally comes down to Bryce Harper. Maybe as much hang time as we've seen on any ball this year that stayed in a ballpark. Game notes. Now it's the Pirates and the Reds, but the Nats are 7-1 against the Central so far. They get the Cubs, Cards, and now Milwaukee on this homestand. Tanner, always a good second half guy. Nothing changing this year. And look at Yolis Chacin, tied for most in Major League Baseball. Gio Gonzalez in a Nats uniform just did appear in the dugout. Here's the second baseman, Travis Shaw.
He's telling somebody that they just said on TV that I got traded. We didn't. We just read Ken Rosenthal's tweet.
Well, remember Wilmer Flores several years ago?
Well,
He heard from fans, right, that had seen it online. And as it turned out, the deal did not happen.
Chelsea Jane's reporting it too right now, saying she has confirmation the Nats have sent Gio to the Brewers.
Wow. Say one thing for Gio Gonzalez. He spent very little time over the years on the DL. Hand him the ball 33, 34 times a year. You can bank on it. Strike one to Travis Shaw, hitting .247 with 26 home runs. Ball skips into the mid of Matt Wieters. Eric Fetty there with Gio and Steven. Nats playing Shaw in a rank pull position. Yelich medium lead at first. And that ball is hammered out to center. Bryce Harper can only watch it, and that's into the runway out there. Travis Shaw's 27th does put Milwaukee up 2-0. Only the Dodgers have hit more homers than the Brewers, 177.
Some of it has to do with the ballpark they play 81 games in, but these guys can really swing it. We saw it when we were in Milwaukee, and that wasn't a cheapie right there by Travis Shaw. Who, by the way, will be playing second base tonight. Low pitch, right? Not a bad pitch. Shot, dug it out, sinker down low. I mean, only thing you could say is it had a lot of plate, but those are usually ground balls. So Shaw just got under it and golfed it out of here.
Yeah, he's strong. Breakout season last year. Now he's having another. 76 RBIs for him. Number 5 hitter is their veteran Ryan Braun.
You know, maybe it's being reported right now, and the reason you're seeing Gio in the dugout is the Brewers wouldn't want that transaction before the game, because then they'd be playing with 24 guys tonight. So if you're going to make a trade, you'd make it after the game, not to change yourself on players, right? Because if you get a starting pitcher, now you got 24 guys.
Yeah.
You'd have to make a roster move and all that. So if he is indeed traded, based on reports we're seeing, like I said, nothing official till we hear it from the Nationals, it would make sense to happen after the game, not before. And rosters expand tomorrow, September 1st.
Yeah, Brewers have a 9-man bullpen and only 4 extra guys in their dugout.
But he has to be there before September 1st to be playoff eligible.
Which obviously is midnight tonight. Ryan Braun hitting .350. Pardon me, .330 over his last 27 games. Anthony Rendon there for the 2-hopper. So after the 2-out, 2-run homer, it's time for the Nats to go to work against Jhoulys Chacín. A little ominous as you're looking to the south. So here we go. The Nats offense going north lately up in New York and Philadelphia, doing some damage, and Adam Eaton right in the middle of all of it. .386 over the last dozen games. On base percentage good. He's at .382 there for the season. Extra base hits, driving and runs, scoring them. Turner, Harper, then Rendon, Soto, Zimmerman, Wieters, and Defoe. Pretty much the starting 8 for the last week or two for the Nats. Here's Jhoulys Chacín, a 13-game winner.
The Brewers are 19-9 when he starts a game. Slider's the pitch. We talked about it at the outset of this ball game. Last start, the 25th against Pittsburgh, 9-1 loser, gave up 3 runs on 8 hits over 6 innings, struck out 7 Pirates, walked 400 pitches right on the nose for Jhoulys last start. Check it out, righties, because of that slider, hitting just 190 against Chacín.
And when he makes his first pitch tonight, which he just did, he has started more games than anybody in the league at 29. And then he's greeted by Adam Eaton on pitch number 2. And this guy's playing some ball. He's aboard for Turner.
Well, there goes a no-hitter. Look at him go down and get that. This guy's such a good player. I know I say it every night, but every night he gives us a thrill. So first knock of the night. Many more to come.
Trey Turner is next, and he has 145 hits. And wasting no time on the secondary lead, Eaton. Ball got away momentarily, but Orlando Arcia grabs it. And Adam Eaton, who's been running better lately, is now 7 for. Actually, that pitch probably got away before he took off. Yep, wild pitch.
Oh, he broke so quick on that. Sometimes you can trick the scorekeepers, Carp. Seriously, if you read a ball in the dirt and you read it quick enough, there are times when they'll give you a steal and not a wild pitch. We'll see how they score. Oh, wild pitch, all right. Settle down. Still a good read.
But you saw that pitch. Bill Schroeder, former big league catcher, is the Brewers TV analyst, and he told me a couple hours ago, well, he didn't say the Nats are going to get 2 hits in a row to start the game. Good swing by Turner and Harper coming up. He said, watch Chassin's breaking ball tonight and tell me if you think it's a slider. He thinks it's a curve because of its downward movement. So we'll see, but right now it's all Nats.
Yeah, but Chassin calls it a slider, so that's what it is. Brian King yells the outfield. Arcia Shaw up the middle, Moustakas Aguilar at the corners, and Eric Kratz behind the plate. It's like telling somebody how to say their own name. If he calls it a slider, it's a slider, but I know what Rock was saying. It's more down than across.
Bryce Harper, 9 career homers, 20 RBIs against Milwaukee. Looking for his first career hit against Chassin. And Turner is running, no throw. That's number 34 for Trey, wasting no time.
Boys are ready to play. Try to answer the 2 spot the Brew Crew put up at the top of the inning. Trey Turner off to the races. Good arm fake by Eric Kratz right here, but the kid at third wasn't biting. Nobody out, nowhere to go. Maybe with 2 outs that arm fake works, but with no outs, you're just hanging out if you're Adam Eaton.
Bryce, 322, 15 games, 13 batted in. 1 infielder shallow. Moustakas on the opposite side. Former Royal, they picked him up about a month ago.
It's a gamble right here, Carp. Check this out. Where Shaw's playing. You got speed on second base. A ground ball to second could score Trey Turner. Just saying, he's that deep. Nobody holding Turner on. If he gets an extended lead here, if it's a slow ground ball to second, he could score. Too much speed on second to be playing that deep.
So Chassin slowing things down. Bryce got time, stepped out. 7th highest RBI total in the league at 84. Three and one. Nine-game inning streak for the guy on deck. More on Rendon, batting cleanup tonight. And for Bryce, those are easy takes. Bases loaded, nobody out. His 96th walk of the year. Let's have a look at Thrive inside the numbers. Hello. This month, including his 9-game hitting streak when he's 13 for 36, Anthony's had a huge August. It ends tonight. 330, slugging big time. Extra base hits, a lot of runs, driving in 14 to get him up to 65. Rendon 4 for 14 career with a walk against Chassin.
Right man in the right spot.
Another ball that skipped into the mid of Eric Kratz. Ball 1.
2-run lead, and it's not the way Eric Kratz or the Brewers saw this inning going so far. Bases loaded, nobody out. Craig Counsell looking on. We got Tater Vision coming. That was a big one, 4-3 in the top of the ninth. Gave the Nats the lead. Ryan Zimmerman run around like a crazy man and give it a 5-3 lead. And then before the day off 2 nights ago, upper tank facade piece. So 16 homers and counting for Tony Fourbags.
One-oh pitch.
Can't nibble anymore, got to come to him. And if you're Yolis Chassin, you're just hoping he hits it hard at somebody, because if it's a strike, it's going to be hit hard.
Yeah, hasn't been in hot water much in first innings this year. Rendon a bounce at a second. They'll try to turn 2. Rendon gets there, so it's only 1 out, and the Nats get on the board. Eaton home with Rendon's 66th RBI.
And Travis Shaw, a guy that usually plays third, playing second tonight. He's played second a number of times, but you watch him on the turn, and he did not look like an everyday second baseman. Arcia with kind of a late feed in the transfer here. A little bit slower than normal. Probably not a double play ball. Chassin wanted it, but the turn took a minute at second base, and that allowed the Nats to score a run. Still have runners at first and third with 1 out.
Yeah, Trey Turner easily to third on the play, so Soto could tie the game with anything out of the infield here. Juan's driven in 50, and he's hit safely 6 of his last 8 games. Out ahead, slaps it foul.
All right, tied Ken Griffey Jr. on the list of teenage home runs. At 16 and climbing. I think 24 is the record. And Bryce had 22 when he was a teenager, so who knows? Sky's the limit. Month left.
0-2 here with 1 out. Just spits on the off-speed pitch, splitting down and away. Chassin career 72 and 72. Nats have faced him with a bunch of different ball clubs: Colorado, Arizona, Atlanta, San Diego, and Milwaukee in this league. Pitched for the Angels 2 years ago.
But maybe didn't throw that slider curve thing in Colorado because of the altitude. He's more of a changeup guy.
And Soto just takes one out of play. He's made 4 career starts in this ballpark with different ball clubs, 1-1 with a 1.48 ERA. But this is a night when anything airborne is a threat to go a long way. He's given up 14 homers this year. Not a ton for the 157 innings he has pitched. Target outside edge. He's missed to Harper and Soto by wide margins out there. Counts even, 2-2. Now he's worked it full.
Do you start Anthony Rendon here if you're Davey Martinez, or you let him hang out? I think if you're betting on contact and want to stay out of double play and tie the game, you do. If you're worried about a strikeout in the throw out, you don't. 2 ways to play it. We'll see how the Nats skipper decides.
Rendon holding, and there is the strikeout for the second out of the inning.
All right, check this out. It's before the game. Bob Henley, third base coach, always gives a baseball to a young fan. Tonight it was a little extra special. He called one of the clubhouse guys over, gave him the baseball, and there's a special fan call. His name is Nathan Swain, the youngster in a wheelchair that is a humongous Nats fan. When he comes to the ballpark, it's like it's Christmas and every player's Santa Claus. He was on the field before the game today. Just the best personality you've ever seen. There's his father there to the right. So a special ball given to a special kid tonight by the Nats third base coach. We want to share it with you. I thought it was awesome.
Fantastic.
And if we all had Nathan's positive outlook on life, the world would be a better place. The kid's awesome.
Well done. We salute you, buddy.
Now you're a rock star, dude.
Dad's phone blowing up already. 1-0 to Ryan Zimmerman. Hotter than hot. 347 last 21 games. And Ryan, who because of injury hasn't played that much this year. This is his 63rd game, and he's sitting on 39 RBIs. 2-1. He also had a moment of silence for the late Senator John McCain here today. Extended silence. Fans gave a great ovation afterwards to the memory of a gentleman we saw here many times. More often than not when the Diamondbacks were in town, Senator McCain was here. Always great to see him at the ballpark, and he will be missed.
American hero.
Absolutely. Sounded like a busted bat up the middle, and it's Arcia to Shaw. Chacin had the bases loaded, nobody out, got out of it, giving up just 1 run.
Dark clouds on the other side, and we're right in the middle, and that's okay with everybody. 2-1 Brewers go to the top of the second. It's apron night at the ballpark. First 57,000 fans get a free apron. No, that's not right. It's Taste of the World night, September 8th. Join the Nats celebrating DC's diverse community. Drinks, food from all the embassies. Cubs in town. 7:05 start. Visit nationals.com. That would be cool, though, to see 40,000 people with aprons on. I'd be in.
To honor Jason Worth.
Yeah. But you get T-shirts that night and an apron if you buy that special ticket. And that's it. We can't provide you with the rest.
Mike Moustakas spent his entire career with the Royals, hit .249 there, 20 homers in 98 games, and then the Brewers traded for him. He was kind of at least one of the last remaining members of that nucleus that put the Royals in 2 consecutive World Series. He was there for 7+ years. Outfielder Brett Phillips, right-handed pitcher Jorge Lopez went to KC on July 27th for the Brewers to land this slugger.
That's great, but he doesn't have a trucker hat.
Tanner took a little bit off. It's outside, 2-1.
I like the band on the trucker hat. It says Nationals across it. See that? There, boom.
Nice.
Reading my mind. Look at that. He's already got his rally hat on. He's ready. Both of them.
High in the air. Ball got up above the arc of the lights. Turner and Defoe. Wimmer says, hey, this is my side of the infield. 1 out.
All right, says you enjoy a Miller Lite. Look forward to the whole true moment later in the ball game. That's a pretty cloud right there. That looks like a Ross painting.
Beautiful.
Not David Ross, the artist. The guy with the big fro.
Oh my. Eric Kratz hits one halfway to Harrisonburg, Virginia, where he's from, and the Brewers lead 3-0. That's his 5th of the year.
.433, they're telling me, 107 miles an hour on the exit velocity. Just the 5th home run of the year. With a swing like this, you wonder how it's just the 5th.
Eric originally from PA, but he went to Eastern Mennonite University in Harrisburg, and that ball was some kind of touched. So the number 7 man is homered. In the 8th spot, Orlando Arcia, the shortstop. Remember Kratz from early in his career in the big leagues with the Phillies. Arcia hitting .215. So the Brewers have hit 178 home runs now. They're second in the league in strikeouts. You can get them to whiff if you get in a jam. Only the Phillies have struck out more than Milwaukee, but they've made some loud contact in this one. On a 1-2, Arcia takes it up and away. Profiling the Brewers are 15 over, half game behind St. Louis in the Central and in the wild card race. Mediocre August. Then Jesus Aguilar in the middle of the power thing. Tanner Roark able to knock it down. 2 down.
A little behind the back action there.
Think so.
I think he went behind the back, slapped it down with his glove, and then picked it up. Watch. Nope. But got him on a cheek, I think. He's tough.
Next up. In fact, we have 2 good hitting pitchers in the game tonight. Chacin has 8 hits. Tanner Roark has 11.
Yeah, the Brewers 75 and 60. They were 71 and 64 at this time last year, and they're looking for their first playoff berth since 2011.
So there's the wild card race. Rockies in the heat of it. A couple of teams jammed together in the West out there. But those guys are still chasing Arizona. Rockies, Dodgers. Where you stand in the wild card race is hard to figure out once you get past the games behind, because with so many teams involved, a lot of variables every night as to who gains on who and who loses ground. Just got to take care of your business and let the numbers take care of themselves. 2-2 to Chassin. Tanner Roark missing. That's hard hit for his 9th base hit of the year. That'll bring in Lorenzo Cain with 2 down. Might remember a nasty Tanner Roark sinker struck him out swinging first time. Nice slider. 1-1. Nissan pitch cast.
Slider's been good to Tanner. 123 average against on this pitch this year. Cain with the big home run in Cincinnati and the 10th yesterday to give the Brewers a 2-1 lead. They had that slugfest 13-12 the night before. They won in 10 innings. And then a 12:30 start, quick turnaround, and no hits yesterday, basically in a 2-1 game.
Funny how that happens.
But Cain's been awesome. Offense and defense for these guys all season long.
Yeah, Brewers kind of an odd season. They're under 500 in their division. 27-31, but they've won 20 of 30 against the West. 10-7 interleague, and against the East, just 1 game over 500. And of course, Milwaukee, Chicago, St. Louis will play each other a lot in September. Trey Turner up the middle, a spin move, and he gets Chassin at second base. Brewers add another on the Eric Kratz home run. What happened to Michael Blazek? So that was Brian Goodwin, Defoe, and Harper, and then 4 straight when Ryan Zimmerman sent one out of here. Daniel Murphy flied out deep to center, and then Anthony Rendon made it 5 homers in the inning. Zimmerman and Jose Lobaton with later homer. Yeah, see you later indeed. University of Maryland, University College. And the 8 total home runs, most in the history of the Nationals. A 5-run inning, the most that the Expos or the Nats ever did. And the 4 straight plate appearances resulting in homers. Goodwin, Defoe, Harper, and Zimmerman tied a major league record. The Nats won it. Of course they did. It was 15-2 that night.
Well, what I'm taking from that is everybody needs to grow their hair long again for next year. How about that? There's a lot of hair in that highlight. And your dream team in franchise mode, plus get weekly stats, roster updates, and more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone.
Well, the Nats had a chance for a big inning in the first. Chacin got tougher and got 3 consecutive outs to limit Washington to 1. Wieters, Defoe, Roark, bottom of the second. He had to throw 23 pitches to get out of that inning. They're in the bottom of the first at Atlanta. Pirates are there. Jamison Taillon, Anibal Sanchez for the Braves. And both of these clubs will be watching when they can. Mostly the fans and us. The Cubs at Philly game. Jose Quintana and Nick Pivetta up in Philly tonight. Matt Wieters, 294 his last 4 weeks. It's 21 games with Spencer Kieboom getting some starts at times during that stretch.
Hey, big for the Nats to keep the pressure on Chacin. Don't let him settle in. He got onto that bases loaded jam, giving up just 1 run, but he's still maybe doubting his stuff right now early in this game after coming off not the greatest start in the world. 3 runs on 8 hits, so it wasn't terrible last time, but keep the pressure on him here. Don't let him settle in. There you go.
And Wieters continues his fine hitting. Leadoff man, bottom of the second, and the Nats have their 3rd base hit already, plus a walk in the first 7 hitters.
Yeah, ball's up right here. Check out the fastball just above the belt, and Wieters right back where it came from. So stay hot, Matt Wieters. Hands inside the baseball, foot down early.
There's Wilmer Defoe in front of Tanner Roark. Trying to get aboard, maybe give Tanner a chance to move a couple of runners. The slider in there. Wilmer 2 for 3 career with a walk against Chacin.
It's like Josh Donaldson's going somewhere too. The Blue Jays have told multiple teams they expect to trade him before midnight. Where's he going?
Yeah, the rumor I saw today was St. Louis with Jed Jerko just going on the DL. But a rumor. We don't hear rumors anymore. We read rumors.
You just spread them. You're adding to it. We did earlier too, though. Hey, if it's on Twitter, it's true. That's my motto.
That's caught by the shortstop on the right side. Nats upcoming schedule. Strasburg tomorrow, Scherzer on Sunday. And it's all brought to you by Sandy Spring Bank, where they help people and businesses reach their goals every day. Sandy Spring Bank, from here for 150 years. So the next 2 in this series, Labor Day Monday. St. Louis will be here. They're here for 3, and then beyond what you just saw, the Cubs in the yard Place ought to be rocking next Thursday through Sunday. Look out, Tanner. Fastball up and in as he's squared early.
Well, closer on the replay than it looked originally.
And Roark pulls it back and takes a hack at a breaking ball. Great season with the bat. 11 hits, 8 RBIs. Is the bunt back on? Moustakas on the grass, not far from Bob Henley. Aguiar actually playing in front of the bag with Matt Wieters behind him. Tanner lays it down. That is perfect. Looked like Chassin basically took it away from Eric Kratz, and they're still chatting about it. So 1-4 on the sacrifice. Adam Eaton has a chance to get the Nats a little closer.
A little communication or lack thereof going on between the two. Either way, nice bump by Tanner Roark and Matt Wieters, excuse me, in scoring position. Although Wilmer Wieters would be a good name, right? Wilmer Wieters sounds like he lives on a farm and wears overalls every day. Pitchfork in his hand, right? Haven't been down to Wilmer's farm lately? No, he's just sitting out front on his porch. I like it. It's going to change everyone's names.
Yeah, Matt's been great. He keeps hitting like this. He won't care what anybody calls him.
Just call me hot, locked in, whatever.
Adam Eaton clean single to right first time. Scored the Nats' only run on the Rendon grounder. He's now 4 for 12 against Chassin. Time given. Two-0 count. Chassin has walked one. That was Bryce in the first. It's gone to some long counts. In fact, Great Counsel checking things out there. This will be pitch number 40. He gave up a base hit to Trey Turner first time.
He needs innings out of him. The Brewers bullpen covered 13 1/3 innings between Tuesday and Thursday's game against Cincinnati.
Adam Eaton, a long foul ball.
So based on the extra innings and all the hacking going on in Cincinnati, Craig Counsell needs some innings from Yolis.
And he went off speed to strike out Adam Eaton. So the Nats have left 3. It's a 3-1 game after 2 adventurous innings.
AWS. Check out Travis Shaw's homer. He golfed that one out of here. Not a bad pitch, 415 feet, which equals 138 yards. That'd probably be, what, a 9-iron, maybe a pitching wedge? This one a little bit higher. And a little bit further, 433 feet for Eric Kratz.
Yeah, put his head down. He knew he got it. So this one to the top of the third, 2-3-4 for the Brew Crew. Yelich, Aguiar, and Shaw. Christian Yelich now batting .317 to lead the league. Ben Zobrist, Scooter Gennett, the two guys closest to him. Zobrist .314, Gennett .313 starting the night.
So the night he went 6 for 6 with the cycle. He's the third player to get 6 hits this year, and since 1908, only 4 players have had a cycle with 6 hits in it. And he was saying before the game, their BP got rained out, and he was in the cage just scuffling. So it didn't feel like he had it that day, and he was going to go out there and just try to compete. And he said he got a hit first time up, dropped in, a double that maybe could have gone as an error, and then he said he just relaxed, and it just happened. Isn't that weird how the game works? You're not feeling well as a hitter. You go up there and you hit for the cycle and get 6 knocks.
Well, many times over our nearly 8 years together now, you've talked about the heat is off after that first at bat if you get a knock, and then you're good for the rest of the night.
Relax.
Doesn't mean you're going to get 3 or 5 more hits, but that first AB big, huh?
It is. I mean, it helps you just take a deep breath. You got something to show for the day already, and now you just play baseball. You go 0 for 1, 0 for 2, you start pressing a little bit, start grinding. Just want that knock to show for the day. Trey Turner hit for the cycle. You remember that? In Colorado with his Eric Heiden suit on underneath.
2-2. Well hit to short. Trey Turner unloads it in a hurry.
All right, PJs to go with your trucker hat, to go with your apron. September 2nd, 1:35. That's Sunday, I believe. Today is Friday, right? That's presented by Harris Teeter. So 10,000 PJs for kids ages 12 and under. So you lost out on the hat today if you're under 21, but if you're 12 and under, you get PJs. I like it.
Can't have both.
Can't have both. What do you think this is? A giveaway? Yeah, wear that to school. Look at it. Also doubles as a fencing mask.
Oh, I'm sure many other things by the time they imagine it.
On guard. Fly swatter. Brother swatter, maybe? Girl in the middle studying or keeping score. Is she keeping score?
I think so. Either that or it's a Dear Diary night. So the top of the third, 1 out.
Yep, she's totally keeping score in shapes. Ha!
Budding artist, I believe. Aguiar, fly ball to deep center first time after he hit one out of the park, but foul. And Tanner Roark drops a beauty of a changeup on him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nissan will track it. Pirates have an early run at Atlanta. Top of the second there, 1-0. Tanner, good job of getting it on the hands of Aguiar there. Into the 8 o'clock hour we go. First pitch at 7:05. 2-run homer, Travis Shaw in the first. RBI grounder, Rendon moments thereafter, and then Eric Kratz went deep in the second. Three and 2, 1 out, top of the third. And there goes another Milwaukee home run. That's number 31 for Aguilar. About 3/4 of the way up the seats, and it's 4-1.
Ball flying here tonight. 31st home run of the season for Aguilar. Watch this pitch, belt high, middle in. And it's 4-1. Brewers not messing around.
Ryan Zimmerman scoops that one up. Tanner Roark beating Travis Shaw to the bag by plenty for the second out. Ryan Braun with 2 down. RBI number 93 for the big fella. He was picked up off waivers in February of 17 from Cleveland. And here's veteran Ryan Braun. He's going to hit one deep to left center, but Juan Soto is there. And that's it. So the Brewers are slugging. The Nats going to have to start chipping away at this 3-run deficit.
Providing innovative high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. Smile, you got your trucker hat on. Friday. Got a convoy at the ballpark.
4-5-0 Milwaukee, 1-3-0 Washington. Turner, Harper, Rendon. Trey clean single to left first time, stole second for his 34th bag. Shallow at third is Moustakas. Trey now 146 base hits. One hopper. One down, bottom third. The day after the Nats win and score 7 runs or more, you get 50% off. Regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com. Promo code NATS50. Enjoy the quality pizza you have come to expect from your locally owned and operated Papa John's. Rice walked to load the bases in the first.
Got a month to drive in 16. Never driven in 100 before. I think that would be a cool milestone for Bryce Harper. I'm sure he does too, which is more important. Somebody in the dugout say that's high.
Off speed for the strikeout. Number 3 for Chassin. Mercedes-Benz gives us a look.
I'm starting to settle into this one. Bryce didn't like strike 2 and kind of motioned toward Chad Whitson as he went back to the dugout. Have we seen 3 infielders on the left side for Anthony Rendon this year? I think this might be a first.
Yeah, I think for him it is.
The Phillies just played him straight up.
Well, that may indicate how they want to pitch him. Let's see where Eric Kratz goes.
Outside, but it missed inside.
Yeah, he missed inside. So we're all fooled. Yeah. 52% pulled with the yellow and the orange.
Yeah, if Skittles doesn't sponsor that graphic next year, they're silly.
I don't know. They got a lot of money on the tarp right now.
Yeah, probably.
And we've seen way too much of it this year.
They've got their money's worth.
They look at the Farmer's Almanac before they make their advertising decisions.
I saw where it was like top 10 rainiest summers in the history of DC the other day.
Wow.
Screenshot the stat. Let me see if I can find it.
0-2 to Rendon. He's going to pull it, and it's going to hang up. He was reaching for it, but he hit it well. And Ryan Braun got to it, so the Nats are done in the third. And it's our Navy Federal Credit Union Troop Recognition, because Navy Federal proudly serves the armed forces, veterans, and their families, and they've done it for over 80 years. Every night at the yard, they wave their caps. We salute them. Wouldn't be a Nats home game without them. Mike Moustakas leads off, 4th inning, popped up the second first time. It's a fun new baseball book that just came out. It's by Ken Melly, who lives in Falls Church. It's called The Anatomy of Baseball Nicknames. And he, according to his research, says there are 26 who've been called Moose in the big leagues. And here's one right here. One of the most popular nicknames of any player, Moose.
Yeah, but he looks like a moose. Like, all the moose. Eric Hinsky's nickname was Moose.
Yes.
He looks like Eric Hinsky a little bit when he was Rookie of the Year for the Blue Jays, I believe.
One I always remember as a kid is Bill Skowron of the Yankees. Hard-hitting left-handed batter.
Yeah, mooses aren't a $150.
No. Who wants it? Matt Waiters had to do some ranging because Anthony Rendon was the only guy on the left side. So we're keeping our eye on Gio because reports by sources that we, as a rule, trust quite a bit say he is now a Milwaukee Brewer, or will about to be shortly. Gio has started fewer than 31 games once in his career. That was 27 one year. And as I said earlier, FP, you can hand him the ball every 5th day and know that he'll get you innings. And through his career, winning more often than not, of course. Gio, no decision in Philly 2 nights ago. 124 wins, 97 losses. Completing his 7th year or close to it as a National.
Yeah, 21-8 in 2012 with a 2.89 ERA. Finished 3rd in the Cy Young that year. Finished 6th in the Cy Young last year, so don't forget about that. And a lot of us former players wish we could have half the career Gio Gonzalez has had. He was a good Nat. If that's made official, which it hasn't been yet.
Ryan Madsen, as always, had a smile on his face. Happened to run into him on my way in and his way out of the ballpark today. Wished him well with the Dodgers, and he was a guy who more often than not had a smile on his face. And Davey Martinez says, hey, I was traded numerous times. I mean, Davey played for more teams than, I don't know, 90% of big leaguers do. And he said it's the personal relationship that's the hard part. He said the team must go on. They got to gather themselves and keep on going just hours after something like that happens. 3-2 with 1 out. And that's a strike 3 call. Eric Kratz for the 2nd out in the 4th. And for Tanner Roark, his 2nd K of the night.
What we got here? A little sinker in. Oh, changeup 84. Check that. Good pitch, strike 3.
Orlando Arcia, soft liner back to Tanner Roark first time. Went body block on it and threw him out at first. In there, 2-1. 4th inning at Philly. Nothing going on in scoring wise yet between Cubs, Phils, Quintana, and Pivetta. And this one high in the air. Zimmerman, Defoe, and Eaton giving chase. Ryan is there and calmly over the rail to pull it in.
Well, he's made a really hard play. Looked super easy, didn't he?
Tremendous instincts, and the ball always finds the pocket of his glove. 4th inning of Nationals baseball, brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Football around, starting with Teddy. Visit geico.com. See how much you could save. Teddy gets the handoff. Pulls it back from Abe. Down he goes. Down goes Tom and George befuddled, and Teddy hits pay dirt. His 6th of the year. He's been dominating the last 2 homestands.
Yeah, he's been on fire. He'll probably be watching Washington at Auburn tomorrow at 3:30, or maybe Michigan at Notre Dame tomorrow night at 7:30. But you'll be watching the Nats. Or maybe Miami LSU on Sunday, or a base hit Munt.
Yeah, Moustakas probably shouldn't have thrown it. Juan Soto, a pooch kick down the third baseline. He's now hit safely in 7 of his last 9 games. A lot of burnt orange in town for the Texas-Maryland game tomorrow.
I'll tell you what, if Juan Soto does that consistently, you're going to have to shift back over. He hits the ball in the air the other way, but not on the ground. So now you have to take your third baseman, defend the bunt, and it opens up the whole other side of the infield for him if he should choose. And if he can incorporate 1 or 2 of those a month, and we've seen that's probably his 3rd or 4th base hit bunt,
yeah,
he's going to hit 300 in his sleep his whole career. Such a valuable weapon, especially when you're down, you need a base runner, you hear the crowd get into a little bit. I love the fact that Juan Soto does that a lot. And he's good at it too. He just doesn't do it to do it. He's just like everything else, real good at it.
Hot hitter coming up right after him. Ryan hit one to short first time. And Zimmerman spits on the breaking ball away, 2-0. You know, and if players are frustrated by shifts, do something about it. Juan just did. Now, at times you don't want Bryce Harper bunting or other power hitters, but it sure gives the defense more to deal with when you find base hits.
Well, I think time of game, score of game dictate when it's appropriate and when it isn't. I like it when you're behind, when you need base runners.
Agreed. Nats hadn't had a hit since Wieters led off the 2nd. That fastball's inside 3-0. When you're talking Cards, you're talking Coons. So highest hard hit rate this season, and Ryan Zimmerman 54%. This kind of goes hand in hand with his extra base hits. He has 57 hits this year. 29 are doubles, a triple, or homers. Hits it hard. It finds gaps. It finds seats. And in this case, he takes 4 in a row, and it's 2 on, nobody out for Matt Wieters. Chacin, 2nd walk tonight.
Walks will drive a manager crazy when you have a lead. Anytime, but especially when you're ahead. You can see Craig Counsell not dealing with it.
Excedrin headache, number 9.
Every manager should look like that after a walk. That should be the standard pose, right there. All managers out there watching, if your pitcher walks a guy, you have to do what Craig Counsell just did. Make that a priority.
Matt Wieters, base hit to center first time. He's the tying run.
And it wasn't like he was showing his pitcher up. He was just showing genuine pause and concern for the fact that the tying run just came to the plate because of a walk.
Matt Wieters, high fly ball, deep right field. Yelich is under it. Lead runner Soto to 3rd. Zimmerman retreats to 1st. Not sure what happened to that one. It sure sounded like a long ball off the bat.
I thought that was how far is it going to go. Now, I thought Yelich was digging the runners, and I thought this was 10 rows back. Hanging slider right here, and Wieters, it looked like a home run swing, and I'm checking the flags. Are they blowing in from right? I think he thought he got it.
Yeah.
I know we thought he got it from up here, and Yelich didn't even go back on it very far. That was strange. Maybe just to the right of the scoreboard. The scoreboard blocks wind a lot of time, but that one didn't go anywhere. Weird.
1st and 3rd, 1 out. For the third time tonight, the Nats have cashed in one of the first two. Wilmer Difo popped up on the infield first time. Moustakas really shallow at third, strike one.
See those flags over the National sign?
Yeah, they're coming in.
Yeah, it's blowing in from right. And that ball was down, by the way, in case you were. Just a slight breeze blowing in from right. Enough to knock a ball down.
Outfield around to the left. And Wilmer takes the off speed 1-1.
Feel it up here. Usually we don't have a breeze blowing in our face, but you can feel it tonight. That might explain what you just saw.
Well, Wilmer took it like he thought it was low, and now it's 2-2. Four-one game, bottom of the fourth.
Nibbling, not aggressive, and that's the best way to get back in the game if you're the Nats. Have a 3-run lead and you're nibbling. I go right after guys.
Yeah, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks tonight. As I mentioned earlier, long counts on probably a half dozen hitters already. Target right over the outer half. And Difo breaks his bat. There's a play at home. Out is the call by Chad Whitson. It took a while for the Brewers to get that thing going, and it made it close. The umpire was scrambling to get out of the way and make the call.
Might be safe. I don't know if he got the glove back there in time, and did he get the oven mitt on the plate before the tag? I don't know if he ever got the plate. It's hard to touch the plate if you don't have fingers. Good effort by Juan Soto, but they got him. Nice play by Aaron Kratz. 2 hands, went back, got the tag, and I thought safe initially, but when you watch the replay, I don't know if Juan ever got the plate. I mean, if you have fingers there, you reach out with your fingers and you touch the plate, but he had the oven mitt on, and I don't think he got there with the mitt. Hard to extend your fingers when you don't have any.
3-2 on the fielder's choice. Zimmerman at second, Difo at first. Tanner Roark trying to salvage the inning here. Oh, and 2.
Look at that replay again on the ISO monitor. Watch this. Watch where the ball is. It's in Eric Kratz's hand. And then he shows the umpire. It's got to be. He's going to tag him with the ball.
Yeah, you have to tag him with the ball.
So if Juan Soto didn't touch the plate, then whatever. But that's unbelievable.
Swing and a miss. Yeah, a couple of parties missed that one. Discussion between Kratz and Chad Whitson in the 4th inning, unfortunately for the Nats. Over.
make sure you have the ball in your bare hand and you sell the call. Watch this. The ball is in Eric Kratz's right hand. He tags Juan Soto without the ball in his glove, and then has the nerve to show the umpire the ball and sell the call. I can't believe this just happened. I guess the only question is, did Juan Soto touch the plate? Because if he did, he's way more than safe, whatever that is. Watch this, ball in the right hand. And I'm not sure he touched home.
Yeah, Chad Whitson evidently didn't notice it.
It took me a few replays to see it, but that was one of the stranger plays I've seen in a while.
100% fiber optic network, 100% phenomenal. Visit getfios.com. It's our Fios by Verizon Exmo.
So he was saying his goodbyes, it looks like. And Eric Kratz, if you read his lips, said, I just tagged him, and I guess he couldn't see it.
Top of the 5th inning, Yolis Chassin.
Soto might have got the plate too. That's unfortunate.
And the big breaking ball, unhittable. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a chopper right side, Ryan Zimmerman. Tanner there. First out, 5th inning. Second time through the order, they only went 1 for 9. It was the Aguilar home run. Cardinals are coming starting Monday. It's a 1:05 Labor Day matinee, followed by 7:05 games Tuesday, Wednesday. Check it out. Ticket info, nationals.com. They're in the bottom of the 1st against the Reds tonight. Cincinnati just got 2 on them. Reds have been playing better second half. They could spoil some NL Central playoff dreams in the last month. Here's Lorenzo Cain, who has struck out and grounded out.
Is it weird if I still can't get 2012 out of my mind whenever the Cardinals come into this ballpark? Should I be past that, and do I need therapy and counseling? Because every time they come here, I think of that. That's a first thought.
Yeah.
I do. Even though it's different guys, I just see that uniform in this park, and I think of 2012.
On the run, Adam Eaton. On the run, on the run.
Wind blowing that ball back.
Yeah, he had to go with the breeze to get it. 2 outs. It's okay, Wilmer. I had it all the way. Christian Yelich will be next, and Tanner Roark trying to get a roll going here. Top of the order for the Nationals in the bottom of this inning.
As bad as that year ended, it's still my favorite year.
Well, you always remember your first love, and that was it for the Nats that year.
Yeah,
first playoff appearance and everything that went into it.
And the fans and how it was unexpected, and Ryan's reaction in the dugout, who I did an interview with him last week, and he said that was his greatest moment as a National when they clinched that night, and you so aptly described it as you've never seen him like that before.
Total release on the face of Ryan Zimmerman in his 7th full big league season.
Gio had the fantastic year that year. Michael Morse pouring beer on the fans in left field was.
Still remember Gio coming out of the dugout screaming and spraying champagne all over everybody. You know, those thoughts may be running through his mind right at this second as he looks around this ballpark, as we are told, or at least it's been reported, for the last time in that uniform. And he'll possibly be going about 200 yards down the tunnel the other way sometime tonight or tomorrow.
He should probably go sit right by the Delta Club, right in the middle.
I mean, Gio, he's looking real emotional right now.
Yeah, that's a very reflective look. You nailed that.
Runner going. Weeder's a bullet. Safe is the call by Pat Hoberg on Christian Yelich, and if it stands, that's his 15th steal. Nats to have a look.
Looks like he made it.
Yep.
Not real close. A lot of people talking about Christian Yelich as an MVP candidate this year with the season he's had.
Well, 26 home runs in the top 10. RBI total just out of the top 10 for a guy who hits way up in the lineup.
Past 10 games before tonight, he's hit 400 with 8 homers. And a 1471 OPS. Soaking it all in, isn't he?
Yeah, I can look back on a long time in baseball and have a hard time remembering anybody
Nicer?
who was greater to be around
I'm with you.
than Gio Gonzalez. And I hope he knows that we're feeling a lot of what he's feeling right now.
Absolutely. It's a weird time around here. You understand why what's going on is going on and trying to be better for the future, but it's just weird. We're not used to this.
Well,
And the people making the decisions aren't used to this either. It's everybody. We're all in a weird time.
Gio's first start as a Brewer could be right after Labor Day at home against guess who? The Cubs. And of course Daniel Murphy will be here with them next weekend. And a strike. Jesus Aguilar, long home run left field last time. His 31st of the year. I think you and I were both there. Oh my, there's another high drive deep left center, but it stays playable and Soto's got it. And that's it for the Brewers in the top of the 5th. We love you, man. Walked a couple of times tonight. Every time that happens, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Washington. So this year, $485, upwards of $25 grand to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Adam Eaton, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper.
You know, I'm thinking about it. Gio fit in nice in Wisconsin. He's Wisconsin nice.
He is.
He's like everybody else up there. That's our favorite part about playing the Brewers. You go up there and you talk to somebody for 5 minutes, they're inviting you over for dinner.
Well, Epi and I were privileged to a wonderful part of an evening one night. We were in town for Winterfest. Mike Rizzo invited us up to the suite, and we actually got to witness Gio sign his contract with the Nationals. His family was there, his agent. And as soon as the contract was signed, if I remember correctly, out came some cigars.
Yeah.
Out came a snifter of brandy.
Yeah.
And it was something that I had never witnessed as a big league broadcaster. We're just not privy to those kind of things. And our GM invited us up there, and we shared that moment with Gio and his family. And that's something I will never forget.
Yeah.
Just looking at Gio a moment ago and him looking around this ballpark, it flashed into my mind, and now we realize what a big deal that was.
A life-changing moment. Hugs with his family.
Adam Eaton trying to hug the bleachers with this one, and it's caught by Christian Yelich, and that side of the ballpark evidently is closed tonight. Yelich right up against the board.
Boy, if that is an indication that summer's over.
Wow.
I mean, Matt Wieters hit one hard. Adam Eaton just crushed one, ball going nowhere. So on top of pumpkin spice latte, the ball's not carrying.
That's going to carry, and Trey Turner's got extra bases here. Ball deadens against the wall out there, and Kane gets it back in quickly. And Trey Turner's having a nice night. Single, double in 3 trips. His 147th hit of the year.
I just love when Trey Turner hits low line drives. A perfect swing right here. Getting underneath the slider from Yolis Chacin, and just watch this ball run once it gets to the grass. Lorenzo Kane playing in right center, so you're thinking 3, but you're down by 3. No need to take a chance. And Gio Gonzalez approves of the Trey Turner double with 1 out. Now he wants him to steal third, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, be careful, boys. There's only one defender on the left side of the infield. Moustakas is 2/3 of the way between second and third. And remember when Ryan Zimmerman stole third the other night in Philadelphia? Part of that play was the third baseman being on the move, trying to catch a throw and tag a runner. And then the throw was behind him, and Ryan scored.
Caught him napping. Caught everybody napping.
Here's Harper. Arcia is going to try to hang around and keep Trey close. On the off speed, a strike to Bryce, who struck out swinging on an off-speed pitch last time after walking in the first.
Yeah, no offense to Wieters and Eaton, but Bryce Harper can turn that win around. He's got that kind of pop where a little 5-mile-an-hour breeze is not going to stop him. Although you have to hit it low, I'd say. Knock down 2 iron leaves to right.
Nats down by 3. Time to get back on the board.
That breeze.
Yeah, it's a pattern we don't see here very often. Breeze is coming from the northeast. Now it's 0-2 to Harper.
Trying to go the other way.
So the 96 walks, 4 more than Carlos Santana. The homers tied for 4th in the runs column as well. Guys who are middle of the order hitters will tell you That 100 RBIs is such an important stat to them. It just puts you in that elite club. And that's what it's all about, producing runs.
I think the key to his season has been, obviously the home run derby kind of locked him in, rejuvenated him, if you will. I don't know if there's any mechanical difference with the swing, but the two-strike approach, the Juan Soto-like spread out, no leg kick, just lift up your heel and go, has been impressive. I wonder if he incorporates that next year too.
1-2 with one out. And Bryce, flare out to left. And it's caught. Long way to go by Orlando Arcia, who started that play on the right side of second base.
Impressive play. He looks like Javi Baez the way he wears his uniform, and Javi made a play like this last night against the Braves where he went way out into right center field to rob a hit, and Arcia with a similar play here. He went a long way.
And now with 2 outs, Anthony Rendon, fielder's choice grounder, and then a liner to left. Chacín will give you opportunities. This year, now in 162 innings, he's walked 61 batters, but he remains tough to hit. 134 hits in over 160 innings. His opponent's batting average coming in tonight, 8th in the league at 226. Upstairs to get it by Rendon, 0-2. Strike 3 call. Chacín making pitches when needed. Good pitches tonight. 4-1 through 5. Top of the 6th. Travis Shaw 1 for 2 with a homer. Tanner Roark's 82nd pitch, strike number 49. One. Brewers box, it's all about the long balls tonight. Shaw, first inning after a Yelich single. Aguilar in the 3rd after Kratz had gone solo in the 2nd. They made good use of their 6 hits. Cubs have a run, 1-0 at Philly, 5th inning. You can hear the wind in our headset microphones up here at altitude. And a good pitch by Tanner Roark, 92 on the heater. 3rd strikeout tonight.
A little swing back action. Matt Wieters setting up way in, came back for a strike. Perfect pitch. Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a donation of $44 to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this year.
Here's Ryan Braun, who has grounded to 3rd, flied to left. .316 career home runs, over 1,000 RBIs. 12th year in the big leagues. 2-1 pitch. And the slider into well off the plate. Tanner Roark really disguised that well as a strike.
It's K Street tonight.
Yeah, a lot of K's flashing in the left field corner. And Braun hits it hard, and Wilmer Depot there to elevate. 2 down. That'll bring in Mike Moustakas.
All right, we got ours today, and they're cool, so you definitely want to come for this. September 3rd, it's National Zip Up Hoodie. That's presented by PenFed. Cardinals in town, 105. I have mine right here in the plastic wrap, and trust me, this might be the coolest giveaway ever. So come to the ballpark. I'm not even selling it. I mean, this is legit.
Moustakas, a couple of pop flies on the infield.
Did you get yours?
Yeah, it's up on the shelf. Right next to Dan Kolko's, but we'll get it to him sometime.
Dan fell off a cliff. He'll be back tomorrow. Or Monday. I'm getting told. Not that high a cliff.
Cliff diving on the Potomac can be dangerous.
Cliff diving in the Anacostia. Not recommended.
New meaning to Great Falls. 1-1, 2 outs. Jammed him. Tanner Roark gonna catch it? Nah. He'll let Anthony Rendon. So a 1-2-3 Soto, Zimmerman, Weeder starting to get late. It is late August. To you by American Standard Heating and Air. Find your local independent American Standard Heating and Air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. 85 at game time. It's almost as if autumn is blowing in over the right field scoreboard. Things have cooled off here a little bit. Inside the Numbers, brought to you by PNC Bank. Make today the day. Ronald Acuna Jr. is 0 for 2 tonight against the Pirates. He's hitting .289. Juan Soto started tonight at .292. Acuna has more homers. Juan has more RBIs. Bent, base hit last time up.
That's
for 2.
a tough call, isn't it?
It is.
We've seen Juan Soto more, so we kind of got a better idea on that end. But when you see the highlights and when you see him in person, Acuna Jr. was super impressive. The home run hit here at Nats Park. Watched him here and there on TV. Have there ever been co-rookies of the year? You wonder how that's going to go. Can you vote for them both? Is there a tie? Has there ever been a tie?
I know, and we talked about this with the Cy Young the other night. There's a tie. 2 guys get it.
I heard the younger guy gets it.
Acuna leads all rookies with his 21 home runs. One more than Christian Villanueva of San Diego. Juan's third at 16. So which rookie will have enough in the tank to have a big September and separate from the others?
Well, if you go by a 3-1 count, he wins.
Time given.
Is that any good?
And he got a 3-1 changeup. No, a curveball. It looks like Chacin took a little bit off when he heard time. I don't think he has a 66-mile-an-hour curveball. Only Levon had that.
Yeah, my deciding factor is average in a 3-1 count. So 800 wins. Unless Acuna Jr. is hitting higher, then he wins. I'm just going to go with that.
Now with 3 and 2, Shaw moved in from right field, and Arcia went a little bit to his right at shortstop. Soto rams one to right center. Yelich was playing over that way, so he's able to cut it off and hold one to a single. But his batting average on the rise with a 2 for 3 tonight.
A flat-out rake, Kenny. Check out the swing again of Juan Soto. Little run back heater, I believe. 2-strike approach, choked up. Nice play by Yelich to hold him to a single. Nats need base runners. They've had some good approaches here tonight, just haven't been able to cash in.
Now hitting .295, Juan Soto. Zimmerman a grounder and a walk. And I know some people don't pay a lot of attention to this stat. It's called on base percentage. Juan Soto is up around 415 now with his 2 for 3 tonight. His on-base percentage has not been under 400 since his second at bat in the big leagues. That's how consistent he has done and been with the hits and the walks. So the Nats box. Adam Eaton 1 for 3. Almost 2 for 3. Pin Yelich against the scoreboard last time. Trey a 2-hit night. The same for Soto. Matt Wieters base hit his first time.
Just missed a tater too.
Coda Glover. That's if the inning gets down a ways. Tanner's at 95 pitches. The pitcher spot is still 3 batting slots away, and that's ball 1 to Ryan Zimmerman.
What has got the Halloween devil beard going? Did you see that? You know, when everybody dresses up as a devil on Halloween, you paint the beard on with the pitchfork. There it is.
I think my house is safe on Halloween. He lives about 150 miles from me. But if he rings the doorbell, I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
You know the red costume with the red horns and the tail that's got like the hanger in it. That's it. Yeah, that's intimidating. Throw smoke, some flames.
2-2 to Zimmerman here. Ryan career 6 hits, 2 homers against Chacin. 5 batted in. And that's right off the end of the bat in Travis Shaw to get it for the first out. Next up is Matt Wieters. Chacin doesn't pitch deep into tons of games. He's made 28 starts previously. He's only gone 6 innings or more 13 times, so half the time, and he's gone 7 4 times, never beyond that. He's gone more than 6 innings only twice since the All-Star break. Drops in the slider for a strike to Matt Wieters. We are told that Gio will be holding a post-game press conference tonight. And depending on when that happens after the game, we'll strive to bring you as much as we can on Nats Extra postgame.
I wonder if the news is filtered in the stands and people know.
And now we're told that we will air the entire presser here on Masson. So a lot to consider and watch after the game's over tonight. That's strike 2 on the inside edge.
And if it has, you wonder if some sort of send-off would be appropriate here tonight from the hometown crowd.
Yeah,
which will be the visiting crowd tomorrow.
Yeah, we've seen players shake hands and hugs and all that. I don't know that we've ever seen a player maybe come out and acknowledge the fans between innings or something, but who knows? Matt Wieters can't reach that one. Chacin baffling at times tonight, and that's his 6th strikeout. It's up to Wilmer Defoe now to keep the inning going.
And the reason
Andrew Stevenson coming out on deck.
Excuse me. The reason I hesitated to say wait till it's official is because I remember, you know, the Nats coming to New York right after the whole Wilmer Flores thing, and the crowd was chanting. He was crying at shortstop, and then they're like, "Dude, you're not traded." So, you know, now it seems like it's going to happen if they're having a press conference. And I'm sure the fans would love to give him a standing O or a Gio chant tonight if they knew, but a lot of times
you're not on your phone at the game, so maybe news hasn't trickled down to the fans at the ballpark. And as we've seen, Carp, you remember with the whole Jose Fernandez thing, he's an emotional guy. This is going to hit him hard. Even though he's going to a team where he has a chance to help them out, he wears it on his sleeve, and that's, I'm sure, a hard thing for him right now. And maybe a hard thing for some Nats fans.
Defoe takes a strike. It's 2-1. Well, when you think of the number of starts and everything he's done here, it'll be a long time before a left-hander comes along and breaks any of Gio Gonzalez Nationals records. Ball 3 to Defoe, and the Nats have a pinch hitter waiting that would represent the tying run if Wilmer can keep this inning going, and somebody from the Nats dugout has been thrown out.
Matt Wieters.
And Matt Wieters up to the top step, and it appears he has been run by Chad Whitson.
And a lot of frustration with umpires lately from Nats hitters. You remember Mark Reynolds thrown out, now Matt Wieters. Matt Wieters never gets mad, does he?
Yeah, he wants a home plate umpire to let's go and bear down. Three and one to Wilmer Defoe. Soto, medium lead at first. Important pitch coming, and he drops it in there.
It's a pitch that Matt Wieters didn't like. We're thinking. I always thought catchers had a better idea because they know they've been stealing strikes. If they have the best idea of the strike zone on a given night, whether it's a good one or not.
Now the 3-2 to Defoe with Soto on the move, and Chacin steps off.
And sometimes there's just history there that you forget about too.
Defoe to left. Ryan Braun on the move, the wind pushing it away from him. He probably thought he was going to catch it, and it kept moving away. And Defoe into short right center. Travis Shaw puts it away, and the Nats frustrated again. They've left 7 runners.
Promise it's time for the Miller Lite Hold True moment. October 1st, 2012. Check it out. Good times. Pursuit of Happiness by Kid Cudi was their song they played after every win. And that's exactly what that ball club did. They pursued happiness on the field, off the field, in the clubhouse, anywhere. It was a fun bunch and a time that we won't ever forget. Gio, a big part of that.
Yeah, my two lasting images, Ryan Zimmerman during the game and Gio showering everybody with love after the game. So those are all-time Nationals ranks, and as a lefty, just put him #1 in everything, and we'll see if some young guy out of the organization comes here someday to break some of those records. The Nats have a new pitcher here in the 7th now. It's Coda Glover. Eric Kratz, Orlando Arcia, Yolis Chassin. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. Pitching change. The 25-year-old right-hander, 10th appearance since his return.
Uh, 6'5", 225, 25 years old. Fastball, cut, fastball, curveball change. Fastball's averaging 96. Spencer Keyboom behind the dish now with the Matt Wieters ejection.
Strike call. Scoreboard has a straight up switch. Keyboom for Glover. The #9 spot is due to lead off in the bottom of the 7th, so we'll try to confirm that.
That has to be a double switch, doesn't it?
So we'll wait and see. And reaching out, hitting that ball pretty well. Eric Kratz. Soto onto the track. Left and left center, the ball's moving tonight, but not over on the east side. Yeah, MLB.com has Keyboom straight up for Wieters, so Andrew Stevenson might still be the pitcher, or rather the hitter in the pitcher spot next inning. Orlando Arcia is the hitter. Chassin, by the way, is at 100 pitches. He's on deck. One of their two lefties, Dan Jennings. Maybe for Harper, if something happens at the beginning of the bottom of the 7th, like a pinch hitter, and Adam Eaton second, maybe for him, or later for Harper. First order of business, Coda Glover keeping this a 4-1 game in the top of the 7th.
Oh, hit or be hit.
Wow.
That was just, I'm swinging at this no matter where it is. It's a 2-1 count and I'm swinging. I mean, this almost hits him.
Wow. Dangerous in slow-mo. And the 2-2 up and in from Glover. Only Brewers that have ever faced Coda before. Jonathan Scope when he was an Oriole, and Christian Yelich as a Marlin. Jammed again. Turner. 2 down. No better time to act than today. PNC make today the day. So we've got a bunch of Nats prospects. The one you probably know the most about is the second guy on that list, Carter Keyboom, who just got drafted, and he's just really had a tremendous summer. So congratulations to all the other young men. 4 pitchers, 4 position players going to play out in the Arizona Fall League.
That's where all the prospects go.
Glover with a good fastball to Chassin, who's 1 for 2 tonight.
There's the Scottsdale Scorpions, the Glendale Desert Dogs, the Mesa Solar Sox, the Salt River Rafters, the Peoria, I should have read that one before I said it, Javelinas.
Oh, the Javelinas, yeah. Wild Pigs.
Tremendous Spanglish knowledge on your part. Way to go.
I just have a friend who lives in Arizona. And
he has wild pigs?
Their backyard, it has to be fenced off, or the
Really?
wild pigs will come and get everything.
Oh, I thought they had wild pigs and he was a wild pig tamer. That would have been a better story.
No.
What do you do? I'm a wild pig tamer. Just bring me your wild pigs.
What's your nickname?
I'll break them.
Lefty. Popped up right side, Ryan Zimmerman. Solid inning for Coda Glover. So a pinch hitter, Eaton and Turner. Time to stretch at Nationals Park. Telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Center field plaza right inside the gates, a view we don't get much. Game summary, it's about the long ball for the Brewers. Shaw, Kratz, and Aguilar have gone deep. Adam Eaton single to lead off the game for the Nats, and he's their only run. Tanner Roark got through 6 tonight. Now it's Michael A. Taylor. Andrew Stevenson came out, the left-handed batter, and now it's Taylor. So maybe Martinez switching up some things here. Keyboom, of course, is in the number 7 spot. So he goes righty on righty here. Taylor's 2 for 7 career against Chassin. Hot shot. Arcia behind it. First out, 7th inning on a hard hit ball.
Nats have hit a bunch of balls hard tonight off Chassin.
Next Friday, Potomac Nationals' first home playoff game. Game 3 of the Northern Division Series. Peanuts hosting games 4 and then 5 on Saturday and Sunday, respectively, if necessary. Phone number, website, you know them by now. Check on the Peanuts. Having a great year and trying to win a league championship. That's it for Chassin. He will go 6 1/3. So they're going with the lefties with Eaton and Harper, 2 of the next 3 batters. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. Pitching change. Strasburg looking for his 8th win. Got a W in Philadelphia Monday. Went 6, gave up just a couple of earned runs, 5 strikeouts. Chase Anderson looking for his 10th win. He needs to keep the ball down because he's given up 28 home runs this year, most by a National League starter. 6:30, Nats Extra. First pitch, Steven Strasburg, 7:05. '31-year-old left-hander Dan Jennings for the Brewers, 65th appearance. That's got to have him way up there in appearances. League leaders, Brad Ziegler, 68.
2 pitches, fastball, slider. Fastball 91, 60% of the time. Slider obviously 40% of the time at 82. Lefties hit just 221 against Dan Jennings.
Adam Eaton facing him for the first time. Runners badly needed here. 1 out, bottom 7. Caught up the middle. That's the way Arcia was playing. 2 down.
Seen so many hard hit balls by the Nationals tonight. Michael A. Taylor. Now Adam Eaton, who's hit the ball hard twice. Well, 3 times really. Lined out to right last time. He lines out to short. He's frustrated. A lot of frustration going on in that first base dugout tonight. You can understand why. There's getting some good passes at the baseball with nothing to show.
Trey Turner 2 for 3 tonight. He faces Jennings for the first time.
These two having a chat. Nice job by Coda Glover.
Yeah, kind of inning you want by your pitcher. 14 pitches, 9 strikes, and Trey Turner is 3 for 4. Bryce Harper's had great success against Jennings.
Coda Glover and Max Scherzer look like they get along, don't they? Similar personality types, you feel like, based on what you see on the field. Nice swing by Trey Turner. 3-knock night, stolen base.
Yeah, like maybe a little critique there of his inning and learning something.
He's talking about getting that slider out front. Always into it, isn't he, Max Scherzer?
Bryce Harper is 5 for 10 career against the lefty Dan Jennings. 3 RBIs.
See, like a tie game or down by 1, I think he throws over twice. Down by 3, I think that was just a calling card. And if you're ever going to gamble and go down by 3, you'd think it'd be right here. Nope, I'm out. That's exactly why I'm wearing a lot of makeup.
Harper faced Jennings in Milwaukee once, a base on balls.
There's no way I thought he would throw over 3 times in a row up by 3. That's just excessive. He's not the tying run.
Balk. A balk has been called. Bryce was not granted time, or else it would have been a dead ball. No balk, but evidently the pitch counted and he balked.
I didn't see it. I just heard an umpire yell and balk. No idea what he did.
You don't know him.
Did he flinch when Bryce stepped out? Did Bryce ask for time, wasn't granted time, and Jennings thought he was?
Possibility.
And it looks to me like Brian Knight at third called it. That's why Craig Counsell's arguing. What do we got? Got a little lean there? Yeah, I saw it.
We've got it 1-0. Scoreboard doesn't have a pitch, but the pitch had to count if there was a balk. Now Harper off to the left side. And the count 1-1. And now they're now saying no pitch because he balked first. That would make sense.
Oh, I had you, man. I had you.
One. Tons of room through shortstop.
Jennings does that every pitch. I'm watching him, and there's a little lean before he pitches every single time. So if it's part of your delivery, I think that's what Craig Counsell's arguing, that, hey, he does it every single pitch. It's kind of almost like just a little lean before he starts his delivery. I've been watching. Watch him closely here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. See it right there? He did it again. I mean, that's what he did on the balk, and that's what Craig Counsell's saying. Like, that's his delivery. Unless they called something that we didn't see.
Harper the other way and out of play. Jennings, slow work rate here, 2-2, and Bryce quite a battle.
Spoil it. Good fight going on here. I love it. I think Adam in the background saying he's doing it every pitch. Did you see him just put his hands up and he's screaming at the, he's doing it every single pitch. So if you're going to call it once, Trey Turner should have scored like 6 pitches ago.
Yeah, they were angling out there toward Mark Carlson, the crew chief, at first. Looking right at the lefty. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down.
I mean, it's just he's doing the same thing. And then Bryce is doing the same thing. And everyone's doing the same thing. Win the battle right here. Max is yelling, isn't he? I guess the contention is if you call it once, then that's it. And the argument on the other side would be if it's part of your natural delivery and you do it every time, it's not considered a balk. So just keep screaming, everybody. It's fun.
2-2 again. And Bryce IDs the breaking ball on pitch 10. Potential tying run on deck in Anthony Rendon here in the 7th.
Look at everybody's locked in. He's doing it every pitch. There it is again. Look at Max. It's a balk. If it's a balk once, yeah. It's a balk 14 times or whatever pitch this is. 15, 16. They're not going to call it. And Bryce is not going to give it. Hey, this is a good at-bat. Forget the box stuff. Let's lock in on Bryce Harper. Good fight going on. Who's going to win it? Crowd into it.
Harper gashes one to left, but Ryan Braun is there. Great battle. Jennings wins it. This one to the 8th. Was balking on every single pitch of the inning. The Nats had a runner tagged out at home by a catcher's empty glove with the ball in his hand. Weird night.
And with the Geo trade too added on to all that, you can see the frustration, but you missed it in the break. Bryce was talking to all the umpires saying he balked every pitch, and as a hitter, if you see a guy start his delivery, then you're starting back, so it might have messed up Bryce's timing. This, all the foul balls finally lined out to left, frustrated how they at bat ended. But yeah, if you're going to call it once, then you got to call it a bunch of times, right?
Yeah, over a half dozen runners stranded for the Nats. And Davey Martinez said today, with Ryan Madsen gone, Jimmy Cordero and other young arms will get more opportunities late in ball games. So here's one such opportunity for Jimmy, as this one goes to the 8th inning. Top of the order for Milwaukee, Cordero and Lorenzo Cain. First pitch, hit it so well it carries out to Soto. Go to Glover, a quick 6th. Nats hoping for the same from Cordero, with 4, 5, and 6 coming in the bottom of the 8th. Kristen Yelich, I'd be smiling too if I was hitting around 370 for the last 47 games. 2 for 3 tonight with a run and a steal. First pitch, Defoe. Plenty of time, never panicked, 2 down.
So that's what we're talking about between innings. Lined out. And then he said he's balking every pitch, basically, reading his lips between the break. And then he would go on to have a chat with Mark Carlson at first as he was going to right field. So obviously frustrated.
We've seen more strangeness this year than in several years past added together. And another first pitch swinger. Aguilar takes one to center. How about that? 3 pitches, 3 outs. Talk about getting your guys back in the dugout like Rendon, Soto, and Zimmerman.
with a couple more chances here to try to take the lead. DC Lexus dealers donate $250 to the Children's National Health System for the first 200 homers hit by the Nats this year. Lexus experience amazing. So between innings, Adam Eaton had a little chat with Mark Carlson coming in, and he was motioning just like the pitcher, saying if it's a balk once maybe, why isn't it a balk every time? And Mark Carlson kind of giving him the delivery, and they were both motioning how and why they thought what was going on. You see him once he comes set. So a lot of explaining going on, and I think Adam handling it like a professional. He's saying, well, the way I see it is, and then
Yeah, and you know,
I'm reading
like
lips.
you said,
Sorry, I'm locking into the lips.
they called it once, didn't call it after that. I remember Jordan Walden of the Braves when he would come in against the Nats. When he delivered the baseball, his feet were not touching the pitching rubber, and they said it was part of his delivery, but they never called a balk. In this case, they did, and then they didn't. Anthony Rendon against Jacob Barnes. Fastball up, bottom of the 8th underway. Right-hander, 46th of the year. 46 hits in 42 innings, 42 Ks, 18 walks. Anthony Rendon is 1 for 2 against him. Jonathan Scope, former Oriole at second base, moving Travis Shaw to first. So Aguilar, who made the last out of the 8th, double switched out of the game. One and two to Anthony. Hot shot up the middle. Chuck and duck. Rendon first base hit tonight. Good start to the 8th.
All right, now it's time for Built for Baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile, and Juan Soto definitely built for baseball, right? Finding ways to get out. How about a base hit bunt? Check that box in the 4th inning. First knock for Juan. And then a spread him out, choke him up, 2-strike single. He's thinking about 2. Put on the brakes after a big turn at first. So Juan Soto looking for his 3rd hit here tonight.
And a footnote on Rendon at first, 10-game hitting streak now, 14 for 40. Soto, Zimmerman, the next two before Spencer Kieboom. Grace is up. Soto, Barnes for the first time. That ball hit something and deflected away. Soto saying it did not hit his bat. It did not sound like a bat.
You can hear the Nats dugout saying it hit his glove. This weird night just got weirder. What do you got? Let's see it again. Hit his bat.
Hit his bat and then the glove.
Yeah. Maybe they're saying catcher's interference, but it looked like it's just a foul ball into Eric Kratz's glove.
Yeah, Kratz was reaching for the ball, and it appeared possibly in the way of the bat.
That's a foul ball. I got it right.
0-2 now. Soto has to battle. Had a few little sprinkles here. Two balls, two strikes. Whoa, close. 3-2. Soto kind of stalking out of there. Full count.
Did the 2-strike boogie after that pitch.
Power on deck. That's down to their final 6 outs. Up and in, 2 on, nobody out. Soto on for the 3rd time in a row.
All right.
Mercedes-Benz pitch cast. That pitch was unframeable. Mound visit coming. Derek Johnson, the Milwaukee pitching coach.
Well, the Nats had a golden opportunity in the first off Yolis Chassin with a single, and a walk. Eaton singled, Turner singled, Harper walked. Cashed in for 1 run there, but here's their second chance. The bottom of the 8th, 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Another golden opportunity.
Right-hander Jordan Lyles. As I mentioned earlier, they have a 9-man bullpen. 9 right-handers. I'm sorry, 7 right-handers, 2 lefties, and it's not even September.
Starting to rain a little harder now. Check my app, Carp, and give you an update here.
Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 2 career against Barnes. Here's the frustrating stat of the night. 11 opportunities with runners in scoring position. The one hit was Trey Turner in the first after Eaton had gone to second on a wild pitch.
Pretty good pitch.
Mound visit on 0-2.
Wow, the most unpopular mound visit ever. Did you hear the crowd?
Yeah.
Like a lynch mob, pitchforks and torches. I like it. Everybody's on edge here tonight. Smile, it's Friday.
Changing the scoreboard would help.
Yep.
0-2 to Ryan. Hits it the other way. And the Brewers are going to turn a 4-6-3. And over to third is Rendon, but 2 outs.
Pretty good turn by Arcia. Boy, he got rid of that quick. That was initially hit. I thought Ryan had a chance, but the Brewers shortstop, that was in and out of his glove. He was in the air with something on it. You won't see a more solid turn by a shortstop all year.
Spencer Kieboom now, first at bat. He came in to catch in the 7th after Matt Wieters was ejected. He hits one right at Arcia, and that's it for the Nats quickly in the 8th. To the 9th we go. It's 4-1 Milwaukee.
Aguilar with his 31st home run of the season. Trey Turner having a nice night, 20th double, 34th stolen base, and Tony Two Bags with a 10-game hitting streak intact. It's time for your Ford drive of the game. Heard your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Travis Shaw in the first inning, a 2-run tater, his 27th of the year. Not a bad pitch from Tanner Roark down the zone. Shaw just golfed it out of here, 415 feet. For your Ford drive of the game.
Rain coming down hard. Matt Grace, Nats lefty, with Shaw, Braun, and Moustakas coming up. First pitch jammed him, and a line drive into the seats. And Shaw hits one well to center. Bryce Harper back, and he's got it. Difficult play in these conditions, 1 out. Back to school around the DMV. Nationals celebrating $10 kids tickets. Buy at least 2 adult tickets at full price. Get up to 2 kids tickets, $10 each. So soak in the last few weeks of summer at Nationals Park. Get your tickets, nationals.com/back to school.
I saw that. I thought the first 10,000 kids ages 12 and under get a school bus. But I was wrong.
First pitch swinging, Ryan Braun. Tiptoeing through the raindrops. Adam Eaton, 2 down.
Not an easy play.
That'll bring in Mike Moustakas. Pop up to second. One to the catcher foul. One to third base. 0 for 3. He faces Matt Grace for the first time. Like Brewers getting Jeremy Jeffress ready in their pen. They have a bunch of guys who have saves. The Nats will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Defoe the pitcher spot, and then Adam Eaton. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. Great bullpen. Glover, Cordero, Grace. Wilmer to lead off. The Nats need at least 2 base runners. In as the conditions deteriorate here at Nationals Park. I mean, normally on TV it looks worse than it does to our naked eye, but it's looking bad to all of us right now. Jeremy Jeffress is out there warming up, trying to get the save from Milwaukee, and this could get real nasty and real interesting.
It's just a small cell that's moving through. I think that's why they're trying to gut this one out.
Defoe, Stevenson, and Eaton. So Jeremy Jeffress, who has 12 saves on the year, has to deal with some left-handed bats here as the Nats try to swim their way back into this one.
I favor the Nats.
Wilmer Defoe.
We got grip issues, we got slippage issues, and throwing strikes might be a challenge here.
I mean, look at the rain. It's coming sideways nearly because of the breeze as Stevenson waits. 1-0 to Wilmer. Bouncer up the middle, near the bag. Shortstop can't handle it. Arcia. Mother Nature 1, Brewers nothing.
I'll tell you what, you play through stuff like this all the time in the minor leagues. Then you get the big leagues, and they have better ground screws with more people, and you're not taking a chance with gazillionaires getting hurt. So most of these guys have been through this. It's not the worst thing in the world yet. But hey, leadoff man on, down by 3, game on. Here we go.
Mentioned that home run barrage the Nats had here last year against the Brewers. Later in that game, Andrew Stevenson got his first major league hit. First time up for him against Jeffress. Swing and a miss. Ruled an error on Arcia, his 13th of the year. Oh, and 2.
Starting to chunk up on the cleats. Yeah, it's trying to get this game to Bryce Harper and see what happens.
Swing and a miss for the first out. Johnny Holliday, Byron Kerr, Nats Extra when the game is completed. And a reminder, Gio Gonzalez press conference is scheduled for sometime after the game. We will carry it in its entirety here on Massive. Not sure when. Guys are on the air for at least a half hour, so they'll take care of that business. Here's Adam Eaton, who's 1 for 4 tonight, and he's hit into some rough luck. He's pinned Yelich up against the scoreboard. Last time he lined out hard to Arcia up the middle. That's a base hit. Defoe at second, and here we go. Turner and Harper, the next 2 in a 3-run game.
Well, there's his second hit of the night. He's given it a bid the last 2 at-bats. Hit the ball hard both times, and now he's got a 2 for 5 working. Very easy, could have been a 4 for 5 with any luck. I don't think
Turner, 3 for 4.
I don't think the heavy stuff's coming down for quite a while yet.
Trey Turner is 0 for 1 against Jeremy Jeffress.
That's dying hard here in the 9th. Gotta love the fight. If you were watching a baseball movie right now, it was raining this hard, you'd say, come on, they never play in this.
And Robert Redford would be batting.
No, you remember the scene from The Fan? The first scene of the movie, they're playing in like a hurricane. Like, come on, they're ankle deep in water. Step out.
That'll even things up, 1-1.
Nasty split, 91. Starting to lighten up a little bit. Hanging tough, just water. Rally hat's working, I like it.
Big breaking ball, swing and a miss, 2-2.
That's Bryce Harper. Promise.
That was close, over and low, 3-2. The bases are loaded with 1 out for Bryce Harper, and the Nats down by 3. Fourth time on base for Trey Turner tonight. Harper is 1 for 6 career against Jeremy Jeffress.
This would be Roy Hobbesian. To mention a win and 88 RBIs. So here we go, game on. I mean, there's lightning in the sky, it's raining hard, and Bryce Harper's up with the bases loaded down by 3 in the bottom of the 9th. You can't make this up.
First pitch curveball. Second pitch curveball.
Well, he thrown him 2, does he throw him 3? Both nasty. To even mess around with the fastball here to get back to the curve, or just go to the well again and triple up. We'll see.
Remember, great speed at first in case Bryce finds a corner or a gap. Turner behind Eaton and Defoe.
Nice block.
Threw the fastball, and what a play by Eric Kratz. Wilmer reached on the air after Stevenson struck out. Eaton, clean single to right. Turner walked.
Can't ask for faster guys on the bases everywhere.
And a breaking ball down and into Bryce, able to get to it.
And you feel like even though it's a wet track, Trey might be in scoring position, like you said, Carp, on the ball down the line or in the gap.
Yeah, nothing will be easy to handle in the outfield.
Crowd into it.
One-two pitch again. Ball hit him. Foul.
Step out. I mean, the pitch is the curveball, right? Bryce has swung through 2 of them, fouled off a couple. And if Jeffers is looking in that long, that means to me that Kratz wants the curveball and Jeffers doesn't. See what they decide on here, 1-2.
Yeah.
Fastball up. That was a deep.
Yeah, he spiked a 92 fastball, buries that one. His catcher makes another good stop. And this is getting very interesting, 2-2. Two.
What do you throw here? Besides a strike.
Bryce's 5th plate appearance. And he got him with the hook. Jeffers, 2nd strikeout of the inning, 2 down.
I'm telling you, that's nerves of steel by the Brewers closer. Bases loaded, and he goes curveball. And that's the last thing I'm thinking. And I'm sure Bryce Harper was with me. And maybe slipped on his stride. Did you see that in the mud?
Anthony Rendon is 3 for 5 career.
Watch the stride. See the foot kind of going out from underneath him just a little bit there?
Yeah, front foot skidding.
The back foot too.
Rendon 3 for 5 against Jeffers.
It's coming down now. Can you play in this with the game on the line? Playoff implications? Is this playable right now? I'm saying no.
Crew chief at first, Mark Carlson. Grounds crew huddled in the first row behind the tarp. To the shortstop, Arcia, and he makes the play, ending the game.
Wow.
The Nats will strand 12 runners tonight and lose one to the Brewers 4-1. Milwaukee had 1 hit after the 3rd inning tonight, but the Nats couldn't make the comeback. For FP, I'm Bob. Final score, Milwaukee 4-1. Tomorrow night, it's another night game, Nats Extra pregame at 6:30. Steven Strasburg for Washington. This has been a presentation of Masson. Stay tuned now. Johnny and Byron, Nats Extra. Gio Gonzalez press conference, part of their coverage. And for now, from the booth, so long for just a while.